Guys, welcome back. It's Joseph. Quick and simple gospel. Yeshua, Jesus, came to this earth, lived a perfect 33 years, was crucified on a cross for our sins, buried in a tomb for 3 days, and rose from the grave on the third day. We are saved through faith in Christ alone and by no other name. Amen. So, good afternoon, guys. Hope you all are doing well today. If you can believe this, we have had another plane incident. This one in Chicago. Plane collides with aircraft tug at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. Tug driver critically injured. And this happened on February 1st. So we are going to break this down today, and I'm going to show you guys how this plane incident in Chicago connects to the plane incident in DC, the plane incident in Philadelphia, and the plane incident we just had in Houston. So it's going to be a great show, guys. What I'm about to show you is completely undeniable and unbelievable, and I put a lot of work into this one. Believe it or not, I spent 12 hours on this decode, and that doesn't include sleeping. I started this at like 5:30 in the evening yesterday. I went to bed at 4:30 in the morning, and then I woke up this morning and still had more work to do. I couldn't even finish it last night. It was so much. But the more I kept digging, the more I found, and like I said, not only are we going to talk about this new incident, but I'm going to show you how it connects to the other incidents. And the big connection here, number one, the Super Bowl. All right, these are all connected to the Super Bowl coming up with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. They're also all connected to Kobe Bryant, who's from Philadelphia. And remember, the Eagles picked up win number 666 all time to advance to the Super Bowl on the anniversary of Kobe's death. All right, and then just days later, we had the helicopter incident. Kobe died in a helicopter. Helicopter equals 666. Kobe scored his career high, game 666. We'll get into all that. But also, they all connect to Barack Obama, and especially this one in Chicago. And of course, Obama has big connections to Chicago. He was the Illinois senator. So anyways, guys, it's going to be a great show. It's going to be a long one. I have 80 slides today. Believe it or not, 80 slides connecting all four of these plane stories. So let me check in with the chat. Hey Bones, how you doing? Hey Daryl. Hey Midwest Perspective. Hey Claudia. Hey Patrick. Hey City of Trees. Hey Avery. Hey Leslie. Hey Shane. Hope you guys are doing well. Guys, do me a favor. When you come in, please hit the like button. Very much appreciated. Helps out the algorithm and helps more people find the video. And also, please hit the share button. That way we can get this out to more people. Hey G. Hey Craig. Hey Brian. So, you guys know when I do my decodes, I always like to do a recap, right? I like to go back through it in case I missed anything. Well, today is going to be a rare occasion. Because I have so many slides, 80 of them, I'm not going to do a recap today. But I do have some slides with the key points at the end. So, make sure you pay attention today. We're not going to do a full recap. It would just take too long to recap everything again. So we're going to go through it one time, and then at the end, like I said, I have the key points for you, and we'll cover those. But I think we're ready to get started. I've built it up enough, so it better be a good one, right? Hey Gene Splice, good to see you. Hey Aqua Crystals, hey Decoding Our Reality, much love. Alright guys, you are not going to believe what I'm about to show you. And please, if you have a Facebook, please share this out right now. If you have a Twitter, please share this out right now. And also, when I get done with the video, please leave a comment on this video after the fact. That also helps the algorithm. Alright guys, here we go. I'm going to show you how this plane ritual in Chicago is all connected to the Antichrist, Barack Obama, in a huge way. Here we go. All right, guys, just give me a second to get all set up. All right, guys, here we go. Plane collides with aircraft tug at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. Tug driver critically injured. This article from February 1st. I mean, can you believe it? Another plane incident? Unbelievable. A worker at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport was critically injured Saturday night when an aircraft tug collided with a plane that had just landed and was approaching a gate, causing the tug to flip over. The Federal Aviation Administration said that the incident occurred around 7:35 p.m. local time. Air Wisconsin Flight 6181 was hit by an aircraft tug while approaching a gate at O'Hare. Air Wisconsin is a regional airline operating under American Eagle, which is a subsidiary of American Airlines. We got another Eagle, guys. Another American Eagle, just like the one in Washington, D.C. that hit the helicopter was an American Eagle. All right, guys, so we're going to break this down all by the numbers using gematria, which is simply letters as numerals. And once you learn the simple code of coding letters into numbers, you can see right through the scripted coded news every day. All right, guys, before I even started running the numbers, I just knew this was going to be connected to Obama, because Obama has big connections to Chicago. All right, and of course, all these rituals are always connected to Obama because he's the Antichrist, as I've been proving for 5 years now on YouTube. So, number one thing, this happened in Chicago. How is Obama connected to Chicago? Well, Obama was elected to the Illinois Senate in '96, succeeding Democratic State Senator Alice Palmer from Illinois' 13th District, which at the time spanned Chicago South Side neighborhoods from Hyde Park, Kenwood South to South Shore and west to Chicago Lawn. Okay? So, Obama, the senator in Chicago. Chicago, where it began. The Obama Presidential Center is in Chicago. Obama taught constitutional law at the University of Chicago Law School for 12 years, as a lecturer for 4 years, and as a senior lecturer for 8 years. Obama is a Chicago White Sox fan. He's also a Chicago Bears fan. So, I think you get the point, right? There's big connections between Chicago and Barack Obama, right? Now, what if I told you Obama won the election November 4th, 2008. What if I told you the very next day after Obama won the election, the Illinois lottery for the pick 3, the very next day just happened to be 666. That's in Illinois, where Obama was the senator. Pretty interesting, right? Illinois, where Obama was the senator, the very next day after Obama won the election, the Illinois pick 3 was 666. Which leads me to my next point. This incident with the plane in Chicago colliding with the tug, it happened at Chicago O'Hare International Airport. Check out the zip code of the airport. 60666. Can you believe this? Guys, the airport where this just happened, the zip code of Chicago O'Hare International Airport is 60666. I need everybody to hit the like button on that one. So that's the first thing I'm pointing out to you. All right, I'm laying the foundation. This happened at Chicago O'Hare International Airport. The zip code is 60666, the number of the beast, 666. And for the record, not only does Chicago have the 60666, but Chicago also has the 60606 zip code. Pretty interesting that Obama has big connections to Chicago, right? So is it all coincidence? The pick 3 the day after he wins in Illinois was 666. Right? Looking a little fishy, right? So anyways, you get the point. The zip code for Chicago O'Hare International Airport is 60666. So we're making the connection to Barack Obama. Well, one of the biggest numbers I talk about with Obama is the number 181. This happened on February 1st. Obama's birthday is August 4th. That means this incident in Chicago happened 181 days after Obama's birthday. Well, that's perfect, because Obama's full name, Barack Hussein Obama II, equals 181, and Barack Obama equals 181. Now, are you ready to completely lose it? Because I lost it. Trust me, when I was doing this decode, I about fell out of my chair. And this is why it took me 12 hours to put this together. Because once I started digging, I couldn't stop. And you are not going to believe what I'm about to share right here. You guys know the biggest number I talk about on this channel is the number 222. And the biggest number I talk about in connection to Obama is the number 222. You ready for this? This plane incident happened February 1st. That means it happened 222 days before 9/11. 9/11, the biggest plane disaster day in world history, right? So this happens in Obama's old stomping grounds in Chicago 222 days before 9/11, right? The Antichrist, Barack Obama, 222. The Beast of Revelation, 222. Antichrist System, 222. Don't forget Obama tested positive for COVID 222 days from his birthday. They called it Wuhan coronavirus, which equals 222. Declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11. They just put out the show Squid Game Season 2, all connected to Obama, released 222 days from his birthday. The key player this year is player number 222. Her name's a perfect match to Squid Game, by the way. Anyways, that's a whole different topic, but the 222 is very important with Obama, right? So not only did this happen 222 days before the anniversary of 9/11 in Chicago, in Obama's old stomping ground, Chicago, right? But this happened at O'Hare. This happened at O'Hare Airport, guys. O'Hare equals 222. Okay? Now, what if I told you O'Hare Airport is named after Edward Henry O'Hare? And what if I told you his birthday is March 13th? Which means the birthday of O'Hare and the birthday of Obama are separated by 222 days. Are you kidding me? So try to wrap your head around this. I have a 5-year track record of connecting the number 222 to Barack Obama, right? We've had all these plane incidents, which have all been connected to the number 222. That's the other big part. Every single one of these plane incidents, all 4 of them, have been connected to the number 222, as I'm going to show you again. So you're telling me O'Hare, this happened at O'Hare. O'Hare is 222, like Beast is 222. So this happens at O'Hare, which equals 222, and you're telling me the birthday of O'Hare is 222 days from Obama's birthday, And you're telling me this happened in Obama's old stomping ground, Chicago, 222 days before the anniversary of 9/11? The Antichrist Barack Obama, 222, the Beast of Revelation Antichrist system. Oh, by the way, who's the governor of Illinois? It's J. Robert Pritzker, which is 222. And stick around to the end. I got a lot more to say about the governor. But wow. I mean, just look at the 3 things I've shown you so far. The zip code of this airport is 60666. It was 181 days after Obama's birthday. That's Obama's full name and Barack Obama. They're both 181. And you're telling me O'Hare is 222. O'Hare's birthday is 222 days from Obama's birthday. And this was a plane incident that happened 222 days before the anniversary of 9/11, the biggest plane disaster day of all time. And Obama has big connections to Chicago. The Antichrist Barack Obama, 222. I mean, wow. Unreal. Okay, now, let me prove to you that all the other plane incidents were also all connected to the number 222. Guys, you should, not to pat myself on the back. It's all credit to God. I wouldn't know anything if it weren't for God. But, this is impressive stuff. I'm kind of impressing myself. I know that sounds kind of egotistical, and I don't mean to be at all. But this is insanity, guys, what I'm about to show you. Every single one of these plane incidents over the last week were connected to the number 222. It's the whole reason I started my channel, the number 222. It's unreal. All right, let me keep going. So we just had the incident in Philadelphia, right? Well, the plane crash in Philadelphia was 222 days before the mayor's birthday, the mayor of Philadelphia. And everybody on the plane was from Mexico. The president of Mexico is Claudia Sheinbaum. This happened 222 days after the president of Mexico's birthday. I mean, that's crazy. Everybody on the plane was from Mexico. The president of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum. The plane crash was 222 days after her birthday. The mayor of Philly is Sherelle Parker. This happened 222 days before the mayor's birthday. And the little girl, right? It was all about the little girl on the plane. She was staying at Shriners Hospital, which equals 222, which has big connections to Freemasonry and the Freemason motto, order out of chaos, 222. And remember, this is all, as you're going to see later on, this is all connected to Kobe Bryant too. And why was Kobe so significant? His death kicked off coronavirus. Remember, coronavirus, all about the number 222. And Kobe was buried in Corona del Mar. And helicopter equals 666, like vaccination 666. And COVID declared a pandemic 666 days after the Clade X pandemic simulation. But yeah, just know that the 222 is a very big number connected to COVID. And Kobe is connected to COVID. So people keep asking me, what does this all mean? How is Kobe connected? Well, here's what it means to me. Basically, Kobe's helicopter crash kicked off the pandemic. So with all these crashes happening, all connected to Kobe, I think something even worse is coming. I think they're about to kick off something even worse than COVID and the lockdowns in 2020. That's what I think it's all about, ultimately. But anyways, let me continue. So this happened at O'Hare. O'Hare 222. It happened 222 days before the anniversary of 9/11, and then the birthdays of O'Hare and Obama, they're 222 days apart, right? Then we had the incident in Philly, 222 days before the mayor's birthday, 222 days after the president of Mexico's birthday. And everyone on the plane was from Mexico. The girl was at Shriners Hospital, which is 222. Now, how about the helicopter and the plane collision? That was flight 5342, when you write out 5342, it equals 222. And how about what happened in Houston? Well, that one happened, including the end date, that happened 222 days before the anniversary of 9/11. And that was a United Airlines flight. See? United Airlines, let me just read the headline. Passengers on Houston to New York United Airlines flight evacuated after plane catches fire on runway. So including the end date, that was on February 2nd, 222 days before the anniversary of 9/11. And United Airlines flight is 222, and it was headed to LaGuardia, which is in New York, New York, which is where 9/11 went down, which equals 222. And remember, COVID was declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11, and we got this headline on February 2nd, which equals 222. That's a lot to be a coincidence, don't you think? United Airlines flight 222, February 2nd, 222, on its way to New York, New York, 222, and we have a plane incident 222 days before 9/11. So, as I told you, this all connects to the Super Bowl and Kobe Bryant, and obviously the number 222, right? So, it's so hard to, present this in a way that makes sense. Even with the slides, it's a lot to bring together, but I'm trying my best. So, in the first Super Bowl during the time of COVID, right, and the first Super Bowl after Kobe Bryant's death, Andy Reid picked up win number 222 as he got his first Super Bowl victory on February 2nd, 2020, 2222. So, remember, the first U.S. case of COVID was in January 2020. Kobe died in January of 2020. Back, guys? Let me know. Are we back, guys? I don't know what happened. I just lost you for a second. Let me know, guys. Are we good? Looks like they're trying to mess with the stream. Are we back now? Let me know. All right. So I was making the point, because we're talking about the number 222, right? I don't know how far back you lost me, but I hate to go back, but I don't know how far back I was when y'all lost me, but let me just go over this again briefly. We just had this incident at O'Hare. Okay, O'Hare equals 222. The birthday of O'Hare is 222 days from Obama's birthday. The incident at O'Hare was 222 days before the anniversary of 9/11 in Chicago, where Obama has roots. The Antichrist, Barack Obama, 222. The incident in Philadelphia was 222 days before the mayor's birthday, 222 days after the president of Mexico's birthday. Everyone on the plane was from Mexico. The girl was at Shriners Hospital, which equals 222. The plane that hit the helicopter, that was flight 5342. When you write that out, it equals 222. The one that happened in Houston, including the end date, that was 222 days before the anniversary of 9/11. That was United Airlines flight, which equals 222. It was trying to head to LaGuardia in New York, New York, 222, which is where 9/11 went down. And we got this news on February 2nd, which equaled 222. All right? Now, I was saying Andy Reid, right, because this is all connected to the Super Bowl and Kobe Bryant. And this was the first Super Bowl during the time of COVID and the first Super Bowl after Kobe Bryant died. Kobe died in January 2020, and COVID, the first U.S. case, was in January 2020. All right, see how the Super Bowl was February 2nd, 2020, and then COVID was declared a pandemic in March of 2020. So this Super Bowl was right in between the first U.S. case of COVID and COVID declared a pandemic, and right after Kobe died. So long story short, Andy Reid picked up win number 222 in his first Super Bowl victory, and he did it on February 2nd, 2/2/2020, right? And that was the first Super Bowl during the time of COVID. The very next month after that Super Bowl, COVID was declared a pandemic March 11th, 2020, exactly 222 months after 9/11. They called it Wuhan coronavirus, which equals 222. Obama tested positive 222 days from his birthday. Obama was recently back at the White House on the day leaving 222 days left in the year. And like I said, the first U.S. case of COVID was January 21st, 2020. That was 222 days after Trump's birthday. Actually, I don't know if I mentioned that yet today. I've mentioned it so much lately. But yeah, the first U.S. case of COVID, which again was just days before Kobe died and just a few days before that first Super Bowl that Andy Reid picked up win number 222. The first U.S. case of COVID was January 21st, 2020. That was 222 days after Trump's birthday. And then on the anniversary of the first U.S. case of COVID, Trump just rolled out the Stargate project 222 days after his birthday. And remember, that was with Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison's birthday, 666 days from Trump's birthday. Add up the 4 base ciphers of the Stargate project, it equals 666. Like AI cancer vaccine equals 666. But anyways, back to the 222. Trump just won the election 222 days before his birthday. And Trump equals 222. And Trump Organization equals 222. And there was a 222-page lawsuit against the Trump Organization where he took the stand 222 days from his birthday. And Trump's sister died 222 days from her birthday. And Ivana Trump died 222 days from her birthday. And again, COVID declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11. All these things equal 222. Order out of chaos, as above, so below. Vaccine cards, COVID vaccines, mandatory vaccination, Event 201, Antichrist System, World Economic Forum, Wuhan coronavirus. They all equal 222. And again, Obama tested positive in the year 2022, which is 222, and he tested positive 222 days after his birthday. So now back to Andy Reid picking up win number 222 in his first Super Bowl victory. That was on February 2nd, which equals 222. And it was on February 2nd, 2020, which equals 2220. And halftime was J-Lo, and J-Lo equals 222. And the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl 222 weeks after the Kansas City Royals won the World Series. Royals, like a crown, like Corona means crown. So it's all connected. And the one Super Bowl that Mahomes lost, that was to Brady. That was the Buccaneers Super Bowl in their home stadium. And the one Super Bowl that Mahomes lost, he lost it 222 days before his birthday. And Buccaneers Super Bowl equals 222. And Patrick Mahomes is tied for the record for the most touchdown passes under the age of 29. The number is 222 touchdowns. And that was the same year when he lost to Brady, 222 days from his birthday. That was the same year that Brady picked up win number 222 as a Buccaneer. And then Brady came out of retirement 222 days from his birthday. And another big connection with the Chiefs and the 222 connected to Obama was the Chiefs Super Bowl last year, where, remember, that was the first Super Bowl after Obama's movie, Leave the World Behind. And I told you guys that would be all connected to Obama's movie, which I'm going to show you on the next slide. But anyways, the guy who caught the game winner for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, that was Kerry Nicole Hardman Jr. And his birthday is 222 days from Obama's birthday. Like the Beast of Revelation, and all the 222s we've already been over, right? Well, more fun facts on the guy who caught the game winner. Remember, after he caught the game winner, he said he blacked out. Obama's movie about a blackout, right? He also played high school football in Elbert County, Georgia, where the Georgia Guidestones were. Fun fact. But his name was Kerry Nicole Hardman Jr., which equaled 192, like Super Bowl 58, 192, like Usher Raymond IV, 192. He did the halftime of Super Bowl 58. Leave the World Behind, 192. And again, this was the first Super Bowl after Leave the World Behind, which is about a blackout. The guy said he blacked out. Leave the World Behind ends in the Commodus bunker. Commodus died in the year 192. Great Tribulation, 192. Well, what if I told you that Super Bowl was 192 days from Obama's birthday and Obama equals 192? That's a lot to be a coincidence. And speaking of Leave the World Behind in 192, there's now rumors that Obama is dating Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston from Friends. Obama's movie had a big theme of Friends, right? Well, Jennifer Aniston was born 192 days from Obama's birthday. How about that? Again, Leave the World Behind, 192, Obama, 192. And then we just had the second inauguration of Donald Trump. That was 192 months after the inauguration of Obama. Now, on top of that, he goes by Mecole Hardman. Right here. There you go. Chiefs Mecole Hardman admits he blacked out. I mean, what a headline. All connected to Obama's movie. During touchdown to win Super Bowl 58. Mecole Hardman, 68 like Antichrist, 68, B System 68, Barack Obama equals 68. Now also, his first and last name, on top of everything else, the 222 and the 192, look, his first and last name is Kerry Hardman, which equals 666. Wow, what a coincidence, right? So anyways, just wanted to throw that in there. Now, one more thing with the 222. Just to prove to you that the 222 is connected to Kobe, because remember, the 222 was all about coronavirus, and Kobe's death kicked off coronavirus, right? So we had this sick ritual with UFC fighter Francis Ngannou. He confirmed the death of his infant son Kobe, who was named after Kobe Bryant. Well, little Kobe died on April 27th, 2024. He died exactly 222 weeks and 0 days after Kobe Bryant died. And the father's name who announced the death, Francis Ngannou, equals 222. Now, if your mind isn't blown yet, and guys, do me a favor when you come in, please hit the like button. Very much appreciated. And please share this everywhere you can. All right? If you have a Facebook, please share it out. Twitter, share it out, please. So, going one way, O'Hare and Obama, remember this happened at O'Hare Airport. So going the one way, O'Hare and Obama's birthdays are 222 days apart, right? Well, going the other way, their birthdays are 144 days apart. And look how perfect this is. Because not only are their birthdays 144 days apart, but this also happened 144 days after the anniversary of 9/11. And would you look at that? O'Hare equals 144. O'Hare Airport is 144. Like Mark of the Beast, 144. Remember the address? 60666. The headline, Airplane Wing Strikes Tug Vehicle equals 144, like Antichrist Barack Obama is 144. Again, that's a lot to be a coincidence on top of everything else, right? 64-year-old man hospitalized as aircraft wing strikes tug truck at Chicago O'Hare Airport. Tug truck has that 121 like Antichrist, 121. It was a United employee, and this happened in Chicago. Notice United is 35, Chicago 35, Satan 35. Isn't that interesting that Chicago equals Satan? Right? Considering Obama has big connections to Chicago. And don't forget all the other connections between Obama and Satan. Obama's slogan, yes we can. You listen to it backwards, you'll hear thank you Satan. Luke 10:18, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Barack means lightning, bomb of the heights. When Obama announced he was running for president, he was exactly 45 years, 6 months, and 6 days old. Strong's 4566 is Satan. But anyways, United 35, Chicago 35, Satan 35. The airport is in Chicago, Illinois, which equals 82, like Obama's full name. Barack Hussein Obama II is 82. So guess when this airport opened? It opened in 44. And who's the 44th U.S. president? Obama. And look at the address. West Balmoral Ave, 44. And it says here, the plane that struck the tug had flown in from Kalamazoo, Michigan, as American Eagle Flight 6181, which was operated by Air Wisconsin. So you got the Wisconsin in there, which is also 44, like Fallen Angel 44. Don't forget lightning is also 44, right? Satan falls like lightning. Barak means lightning. And look at that. It was coming from Michigan, which equals 44. My goodness. So the airport opened in 44. The address equals 44. It was operated by Air Wisconsin, Wisconsin 44, like Fallen Angel, and it was coming from Michigan, which is 44. Wow. And don't forget the zip code, 60666. So we have a driver, and he was hospitalized after being hit by an airplane, right? So driver is 76, airplane is 76. It was flight 6181. Look at that. 6181 equals 76, like Barack Obama equals 76. And I keep telling you guys how big that 76 is with Obama. Remember, Obama's movie Leave the World Behind starts with the 76 on the coffee cup. They got to take exit 76 to get to the vacation house. Obama's book, A Promised Land, equals 76. The Guidestones, all connected to Obama, they went down on 7-6. Built under the alias R.C. Christian, which equals 76. George W. Bush, member of Skull and Bones, turned 76 years old that day. Skull and Bones equals 76. And don't forget when the Guidestones open on 322, 1980, 322, the number of Skull and Bones. Don't forget the Guidestones were in Elberton, Georgia. Elberton equals 44. George equals 44. Obama number 44. The Guidestones were 231 inches tall. They opened 231 days from Obama's birthday. The first rule of the Guidestones equals 231. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature equals 231. And they had a pandemic simulation called catastrophic contagion, which equals 231. And that was held 231 weeks after the Cladex pandemic simulation. And then monkeypox was declared a global health emergency 231 weeks after COVID was declared a pandemic, and monkeypox outbreak equals 231, and I could go on and on. But yeah, the Georgia Guidestones went down on 7-6, like Barack Obama. Just wanted to prove to you that the Guidestones are all connected to Obama. And they're also connected to Pope Francis in a big way, which tells me, if the Guidestones were built way back when on 3/22/1980, then Obama must be the Antichrist and the Pope must be the false prophet if they were connecting the Guidestones back to Obama and the Pope back in 1980, because the Guidestones went down 201 days from the Pope's birthday, and the Pope's full name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, equals 201, and he lives in Suite 201 at the Domus Sancti Marte, which equals 201, and Catholic Pope equals 201, and the Jesuit Order equals 201, and Ignatius of Loyola equals 201. That's the founder of the Jesuit Order. And they had Event 201 on 10/18, which connects to Obama. And the main sponsor was William Henry Gates, which equals 201. The son of perdition, Barack Hussein Obama, 201. They just had Preparing for Disease X exactly 201 weeks after COVID declared a pandemic and 201 days from Obama's birthday. Is it all a coincidence? Oh, by the way, those Guidestones are built under the alias R.C. Christian. Perfect match to Pope Francis in 3 out of the 4. And the one cipher they're not a perfect match in, R.C. Christian equals 76 in this cipher, like Barack Obama. But yeah, time to move on to the next slide. But yeah, airplane, 76, driver, 76. It was flight 6181, 76, like Barack Obama. Now, let me start getting deeper with the Super Bowl and the Kobe connection. All right, gonna have to do a quick little recap of some important facts here. All right, how did we get here? How did we get to connect all this stuff to Kobe Bryant? Well, let me try my best to present this in a way that makes sense. It's so complex, it's hard to really explain it well, but I'll try my best. So, Kobe Bryant died, allegedly, January 26, 2020. He died in a helicopter, allegedly. Helicopter equals 666. See that? Helicopter equals 666. And Kobe was born in Philadelphia. Okay? So on the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's death, the 5-year anniversary, the Philadelphia Eagles win the conference championship going to the Super Bowl, right? On the anniversary of Kobe's death. The 5-year anniversary as they advance to their 5th Super Bowl appearance. So, on the anniversary of Kobe's death, the Eagles picked up all-time win number 666. That's including the playoffs, okay? They picked up win number 666. And that's their current record going into the Super Bowl. Now notice how many losses they have right now, 665. If they were to lose in the Super Bowl, not saying it's going to happen, it could be a trap, could be bait, but if they do lose in the Super Bowl, their record will be 666 and 666, which would be very interesting. But either way, the Philadelphia Eagles just picked up win number 666 on the anniversary of Kobe's death, who died in a helicopter. Helicopter equals 666. Well, not only did they pick up win number 666, but by beating the Washington Commanders, they left the Washington team on 666 wins, right? And then what happened just days after this game was played? We had an American Eagle plane from Wichita, Kansas, collide with a helicopter in Washington, right after the Eagles just beat Washington to pick up win 666 and leave them on 666, right? So then we get a helicopter in Washington. And again, helicopter equals 666. And Kobe scored his career high 81 points in game 666 of his career. Kobe also has the 666 workout. Don't forget that. So the American Eagle, which represents the Eagles, it was coming from Wichita, Kansas. Kind of like Kansas City Chiefs, right? Now I know the Kansas City Chiefs play in Missouri and Wichita is in Kansas, but still it's got the Kansas there, right? And don't call it a stretch because what was the next plane incident? It was the plane that crashed in Philadelphia. And where was that plane headed? It was headed to Missouri, where the Kansas City Chiefs play. Okay, so it's all connected. But yeah, I know. Wichita, Kansas, that's a different state from, Kansas City, Missouri, but they're very close, all right? It's like a straight shot, 2-hour drive. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying here. This is not a stretch at all. It was an American Eagle from Wichita, Kansas, like Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles, in Washington, after the Eagles just left Washington on 666 after picking up 666 on the anniversary of Kobe's death, who's from Philadelphia, who died in a helicopter, allegedly, who scored his career high in game 666. Now, on top of all that, what if I told you before the game was played, on the anniversary of Kobe's death, before the game was played, the Philadelphia Eagles tweeted out a picture of a helicopter. And they said, just drop down to say, "Go Birds." In all caps, "Go Birds," which is a perfect match to Killing and Lucifer. All right, so I think we've established that connection there, right? And just to prove to you that the plane and helicopter collision was connected to Kobe Bryant, that happened on January 29th. That was 159 days after Kobe's birthday. And look, helicopter equals 159. Plane and helicopter equals 159. Figure skaters equals 159. That was a big part of the story, that there were figure skaters on the plane, right? Well, notice crash, right, is a perfect match to Eagles in 3 out of the 4. And we're connecting these incidents to the Eagles and the Super Bowl and Kobe Bryant, who's a big Philadelphia Eagles fan, right? It says, Eagles express condolences to victims of Philadelphia plane crash. And look, crash is a perfect match to Eagles in 3 out of the 4. And again, where was that plane headed? It was headed to Missouri. All right? The land of the Chiefs. Kansas City, Missouri. Now also, the helicopter and the plane collision. Remember, the plane was an American Eagle, and the Eagles just posted the picture of a helicopter. So the plane and helicopter collision was on January 29th, the day leaving 336 days left in the year, and Philadelphia Eagles equals 336. What a coincidence. Now, if you think all that's a coincidence, they identified the helicopter pilot. His name, Andrew Eves. The helicopter pilot was Andrew Eves. In gematria, Andrew Eves equals 1831. That helicopter collision was 1,831 days after Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter. My goodness. That is such a big find right there. All credit to God. Andrew Eves, 1831. That's the helicopter pilot that crashed 1,831 days after Kobe died. Wow. And check out his last name. Eves, like Eve was tempted by the serpent, and this happened on the first day of the serpent year. Remember, the year of the snake started January 29th. The 29th day of the year, the snake equals 29, Potomac 29, Kobe the Black Mamba, right? And you had Trump with the military sword cutting the cake that had a plane on it. You had Melania behind him with the Black Mamba on her dress. And sword equals 29, Trump 29. Trump has the snake poem, the snake 29. And remember, the other snake connection, that plane crash was 201 days from the anniversary of Snakes on a Plane. 201, that old serpent equals 201. And runway 33, when you write it out, it equals 201. That's the plane was approaching runway 33. And event 201 and all that. Well, that old serpent's mentioned in Revelation 12:9. Like 129. And when did it happen? On January 29th, 129, to kick off the snake year. Kobe, the Black Mamba. All right, that's why we have all these Kobe rituals in the year of the snake. They're kicking off something big, guys. Bigger than when Kobe's helicopter crash kicked off coronavirus. All right. So anyways, let me show you this too, since we're talking about Philadelphia and the plane crash connection. Don't forget the crash that happened in Philadelphia on January 31st. That was 223 days before the anniversary of 9/11. And Philadelphia equals 223. And the word plane equals 223. And the synagogue of Satan equals 223. And it's in Revelation where they mention in the same chapter the angel of the church in Philadelphia and the synagogue of Satan. So very interesting that the plane crash in Philadelphia was 223 days before the 9/11 anniversary, which is Philadelphia 223, the synagogue of Satan 223, plane 223, skull and crossbones 223. 223 is the backwards 322. And how does 9/11 connect to 322, skull and bones? George W. Bush, president during 9/11, he was a member of Skull and Bones, and his dad, George Bush Sr., gave a speech about a new world order on September 11th, 1990. And he was also a member of Skull and Bones. And again, 223, the backwards 322, right? Well, Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs equals 322. So I just wanted to throw that out there also. Now, like we read, this incident in Chicago, plane hits tug at O'Hare. Look, guys. Look. It's another eagle. Okay? It's another eagle. Are you kidding me? So now we have another eagle connection in Chicago. Now, hold on to your hat for this one. It says plane wing strikes ground vehicle, injuring driver at O'Hare. We're connecting this to Kobe Bryant. Let's start on the left. Plane wing equals 606. when was that crash in Philadelphia? Was it at 6:06? Might have been. Well, what if I told you the incident with the plane wing in Chicago was 60 months and 6 days after Kobe Bryant died? 6:06. And plane wing equals 6:06. Now back to Philadelphia. Including the end date, and here's a new addition, guys, to go with all the 6:06 stuff we already found. This is new information. Here you go. That means if you include the end date, the crash in Philadelphia, Kobe's hometown, happened 60 months and 6 days after Kobe died. And the crash happened at 6:06. Look, it happened at 6:06, guys. It happened 60 months and 6 days after Kobe died. In Philadelphia, his hometown, which equals 6:06. Wow. And remember, they said 6 people on the plane were killed, and 6 people on the ground were hospitalized. And they said 6 houses were on fire, and 6 cars were on fire. We watched it all live. I've played the videos multiple times. All this while the Eagles are on 666 wins. Wow. Oh, by the way, remember Kobe's, when he scored his career high in game number 666? He also scored 66% of his team's points. And don't forget, Kobe Bryant is 6'6". Fun fact. But yeah, that's a lot to be a coincidence, don't you think? And guys, please hit that like button when you come in. We got 140 watching and 109 likes. If all 140 could hit that like, it would be very much appreciated. Airplane wing equals 66, like number of the beast, 66. And again, Kobe scored 66% of the team's points when he scored his career high in game 666. Now, more connections between Obama and Kobe Bryant and what just happened on February 1st in Chicago. So this incident in Chicago happened 26 weeks after Obama's birthday and 26 weeks before Obama's birthday. Right in the middle, right? And look at that. Wing equals 26, like Bryant is 26 in the same cipher. It was an airplane wing that struck the tug vehicle. Wing, 26 like Bryant. Exactly 26 weeks after Obama's birthday and 26 weeks before Obama's birthday. And speaking of the 26, remember the crash that happened in Philadelphia? That was a medevac Learjet. Medevac 26, Learjet 26, like Bryant 26, and it crashed near the Roosevelt Mall, named after Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th president. And speaking of Roosevelt Mall, remember how we connected that one to the Super Bowl, obviously, and Roosevelt was a perfect match to Super Bowl, and every cipher across the board, including the 131, which is the date that crash happened, on 131. And then speaking of 131, hello, they named the pilot from the airplane crash in Philadelphia that I told you was all connected to Kobe Bryant. His name was Alan Montoya, which has the 131 like Roosevelt and Super Bowl. And it happened on 131. This stuff is undeniable, guys. Before they even released his name, I told you it was all connected to Kobe Bryant. Then they released his name. Look, Alan Montoya, 4158, like Kobe Bryant, 4158. Remember, Kobe died at the age of 41, and we're going to get into all the 41s with Kobe later, because remember, that Philadelphia plane was in the air for 41 seconds. So the pilot's name equals Kobe Bryant in multiple ciphers. The pilot's name equals Roosevelt and Super Bowl in multiple ciphers, including the 131, which is the date that it all went down in Philly. And then his last name, Montoya, equals crash in 2 ciphers. So we're connecting this to Kobe Bryant, right? Well, what if I told you that the airport is 81 years old and Kobe scored his career high 81 points in game number 666, right? And this was an Air Wisconsin flight, and Air Wisconsin equals 81. like Kobe Bean Bryant 81, like Mark of the Beast 81. See why he scored 81 in game 666? Because Kobe Bean Bryant 81, Mark of the Beast 81, like Antichrist Barack Obama 81, and this happened in Chicago, which equals 81. There's also flight 6181. And the key point here, it's 81 years old, like Kobe scored 81 in game 666. Also, another connection with Obama and Kobe. This happened 359 days before Kobe's death anniversary. And 360... Sorry, let me slow down. Not including the end date. If you don't include the end date, this incident happened 359 days from the anniversary of Kobe's death date. All right? And Barack Hussein Obama II equals 359. Obama's full name, right? If you include the end date, it was 360 days from Kobe's death date. And the word collide equals 360. Now, I just had something pop in my head. I'm going to take a quick little segue. Give me 1 second. Howdy. We'll get back to all that in a second. Something just popped in my head. I'm not sure if I checked something. I just want to look real quick. Make sure I did. So, brief 1 minute little break in the decode. Sorry. Just want to make sure I'm being thorough here. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. I spent 12 hours decoding this and I forgot to look something up. And it does connect. What the heck, man? Well, I'm glad I caught it now. It just popped into my head. I said I was calculating most of it from Kobe's death date. I never looked from Kobe's birthday. And of course it connects to Obama. Man. Let me show you what I'm talking about here, guys. Kobe's birthday is August 23rd. This incident happened on February 1st. That means it happened 163 days from Kobe's birthday, which is the gematria of Barack Hussein Obama. So I'll have to add that in. I'll have to make some new slides later. But wow. Yeah, it just popped into my head. I said, wait a minute, did I even look at Kobe's birthday? Like, guys, I am so overwhelmed mentally with all these plane crashes and stuff. I mean, it's been nonstop news, not just the plane stuff, but my brain is fried lately. So yeah, that's probably why I missed that. Man, I wish I had a nice pretty slide for you guys, but it don't matter. You know, most people don't even build the slides, they just do it live. So, here. Well, I'm glad I caught it now. I can't believe I didn't look that up before. I'm glad. Thank you, God, for putting that into my brain. Something told me, like, wait a minute, did you even look at Kobe's birthday in connection? Nope, I didn't. I was just looking at the death date. Alright, let me show you what I got here, guys. This incident happened on February 1st, right? Am I tripping, or am I right? This incident happened on February 1st. And Kobe's birthday is 8/23. So this happened 163 days from Kobe's birthday, which is the gematria Barack Hussein Obama. Okay, we got it now. That's a good one, decoding our reality. Let me see. I think I decoded that. Sorry about the interruption. See why we're not doing a whole recap today? It would just take me way too long. I'm not even done, obviously. I still have a lot more to show you. Okay, we are going to recap the key points, but not everything today. We don't have that much time. Okay, let me see. Did I decode Kobe's dad? I think I did. I don't know why I can't find the decode I did on it, but I know I did a decode. Anyway, it's not that important if I find the whole decode. Let me pull up what decoding our reality is saying. Well, I'm glad I found that live, because I would have been kicking myself all day if I would have missed that connection. I got to double check, make sure there's nothing else I'm missing with Kobe's birthday too. But let's see, Kobe Bryant's dad, 7/15/2024. Alright, so decoding our reality made a good point. He said this incident that happened in Chicago, which we're connecting to Kobe Bryant, it happened 201 days after Kobe Bryant's dad died. And the 201 we've already connected, right? Give me a second to show you. Alright, so we're back. Give me a second to get set up again. So yeah, let me show you the 201 first. So Joe Bryant, Kobe's dad, died July 15th, 2024. So this incident was 201 days after his dad died. And remember, that old serpent equals 201. And we just got into the snake here, right? And Kobe is the black mamba. And again, that plane crash that collided with the helicopter, that was 201 days from the anniversary of Snakes on a Plane. Runway 33 equal 201. I just went through all the 201s a few minutes ago. You'll have to go back and listen. But event 201, and the Guidestone's down 201 days from the Pope's birthday, and the Pope's name is 201, and preparing for disease X 201 weeks after COVID declared a pandemic, 201 days from Obama's birthday. It's all connected. But yeah, that old serpent 201 and this incident in Chicago was 201 days from when Kobe's dad died. So that's a very interesting observation. Now, to the thing that I missed here, Barack Hussein Obama equals 163. Kobe was born August 23rd. So this incident in Chicago, which happened February 1st, that was 163 days from Kobe's birthday. 163, guys. Barack Hussein Obama is 163. So, anyways, I'll have to make sure I didn't miss anything else. Actually, I hate to do this to you again. Hold on. Let me just double check here briefly. Make sure there's nothing standing out to me. I'm sure there's probably even another connection that I'm not getting right off the top of my head. It was also exactly 29 weeks before Kobe's birthday, which is the Snake 29, Potomac 29, and it all started on, the 29th day of the year and all that, but that's not much there. But yeah, I think the 163 is the big connection there with Kobe's birthday, right? Obviously, we're connecting this whole thing to Kobe Bryant and Obama, right? This happened in Chicago, Obama's stomping grounds, 163 days from Kobe's birthday, Barack Hussein Obama, 163. I don't think it's a stretch at all. Okay, let's keep going. Because remember, we've already made like tons of connections already. All right, we got a lot more to talk about. Here we go. Okay, so this happened on February 1st, Kobe's birthday, 8/23. So it happened 163 days after Kobe's birthday. 163 is Barack Hussein Obama. And that's on the fly. So anyways, more connections to Kobe and Obama. So this happened on February 1st, which was 26 weeks and 2 days before Obama's birthday. It was also exactly 262 weeks after Kobe died. Excuse me. Why does that matter? Because the word plane equals 262. Give me a second, I need to drink some water. So there's another big connection. The double 262, right? This happened 26 weeks and 2 days before Obama's birthday. It happened 262 weeks after Kobe Bryant died. And the word plane equals 262. It was an Air Wisconsin flight. And Air Wisconsin has the 153 and the 63, like Antichrist Obama is 153 and 63. It was a tug vehicle that was struck in Chicago, Illinois. Tug vehicle 49. Chicago, Illinois, 49. Antichrist, 49. The plane was coming from Kalamazoo, which equals 49, and Super Bowl equals 49. Now, one of the first things that stood out when I was doing this decode was that number 64, because we've been talking about the 64 and Obama for a long time, and if you remember the plane that collided with the helicopter, it had 64 people on board, right? So in this plane story, the injured driver, he's 64 years old, right? Like there were 64 people on that plane in D.C. And the plane was coming from Michigan, which equals 64. And this happened 6 months and 4 days before Obama's birthday. All right? And again, it was coming from Michigan, which equals 64. The full name of Obama, Barack Hussein Obama, 64. The Antichrist, 64. Kansas City Chiefs, 64. And remember how big that number is with Obama. One big example, when Israel was allegedly attacked by Hamas, that was 64 days after Obama's birthday, and Israel equals 64. And then Israel declared war 666 days before Obama's 64th birthday. So 64, big number we've been talking about. And remember the Super Bowl rally where the Chiefs had the parade shooting? and that was all connected to Obama. Super Bowl rally 64, Kansas City Chiefs 64. That incident at the parade happened while the Chiefs were 64 years old. The one victim from the parade shooting was Lisa Lopez Galvan, 64. Drew Tranquil was on social media telling people to pray. That was in every article. Drew Tranquil, 64. Like Barack Hussein Obama, the Antichrist. And that happened while the Chiefs were 64 years old. And the suspect of the parade shooting, remember, was Dominic M. Miller, like 229. Like Super Bowl parade, Chiefs parade, Barack Obama, they're all 229. And remember, that was also Dominic M. Miller also had the 149, like Antichrist 149. Obama's birthday is the day leaving 149 days left in the year. It's also the 216th day of the year. 6 times 6 times 6, 216. And more on that parade shooting. That parade shooting was February 14th. It was 172 days before Obama's birthday, which is the gematria of Kansas City Chiefs. And the one victim, Lisa Lopez Galvan, 172. Like Drew Tranquil and Travis Kelce, 172. Now, speaking of the 172, right, just in case you didn't believe me that this incident that happened at the O'Hare Airport is connected to the Super Bowl, check it out. The injured driver, he was sent to Advocate Lutheran General Hospital, which equals 172. And the airport is named after Lieutenant Commander Edward Henry O'Hare, which equals 172. See up at the top? Lieutenant Commander Edward Henry O'Hare, 172. And what if I told you Edward Henry O'Hare equals 172 by itself, like Kansas City Chiefs? That's 3 different 172s in one story. And I told you this is all connected to the Super Bowl, where the Kansas City Chiefs are playing the Philadelphia Eagles. Remember, the plane was an eagle, again. I mean, how do you explain that? 3 different 172s in the same story. The guy was sent to Advocate Lutheran General Hospital, 172. The airport's named after Lieutenant Commander Edward Henry O'Hare, 172. Edward Henry O'Hare by itself, 172, like Kansas City Chiefs, 172. And then what happened yesterday? In Houston, at the George Bush Intercontinental Airport, we had another plane incident where the plane caught on fire. And look at the name of the airport. George Bush Intercontinental Airport, 172. Like Kansas City Chiefs. And I told you how that was all connected to the Super Bowl, right? So now, check this out. This incident that happened in Chicago, Obama's old stomping grounds, it happened on February 1st. That was the 32nd day of the year. Well, that's perfect because Obama equals 32, Barack Obama equals 32. What a perfect day, right? Well, on top of that, where was the plane coming from? It was coming from Kalamazoo, which equals 32 in the same cipher as Barack Obama. Hello! On the 32nd day of the year, Obama 32, Barack Obama 32, Kalamazoo 32, Kansas City 32, Chiefs 32, and Eagles 32. You can't make it up, guys. And we just talked about what happened in Houston. Houston also had the 32, like Eagles, like Chiefs, like Kansas City, like Barack Obama, like Obama. They're all 32. Now, since we're talking about the connection here, right, I'm showing you that, look what I just showed you. Let me back up a little bit. Here. Long story short, guys. Kansas City Chiefs, 64. Barack Hussein Obama, 64. The Antichrist, 64, right? So Kansas City Chiefs equals Barack Hussein Obama, right? So Kansas City Chiefs equals Barack Hussein Obama. Kansas City equals Barack Obama. Chiefs equals Barack Obama, right? So there's clearly a connection here between Obama and the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Well, here's the proof in your face, and hopefully you can see the connection here. Patrick Mahomes, the star quarterback for the Chiefs, what if I told you he was born 44 days after Obama's birthday? Obama number 44. And what if I told you Mahomes was born 10 months and 18 days before Obama's birthday? Like Luke 10:18, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Strong's 1300, Barack, lightning. Strong's 1116, Bama, a high place. So Barack Obama means lightning from a high place, like Luke 10:18. That's why Event 201 was held on 10/18. That's why Brittany Griner, with the 10/18 birthday, was found guilty and sentenced on Obama's birthday. And then when Griner came back to the U.S., Biden gave her a standing ovation at 10:18 p.m. Remember Little Nas X with the Satan shoes? They got Luke 10:18 written on them. 666 pairs sold for $1,018. Satan shoes equals Antichrist in 2 ciphers. You had Obama in that video, J. Christ, where Little Nas X is playing basketball against Satan. He's wearing the number 55 jersey when Satan equals 55, Fallen Angel 55, Lightning 55. Don't forget Obama is the clone of Akhenaten. Akhenaten and Obama equals 666. They look identical. Akhenaten was the 10th ruler of the 18th dynasty. So yeah, 10/18. Oh, by the way, you know Obama's movie, Leave the World Behind? That ends in the communist bunker where the little girl can finish the last episode of Friends. You know what the last episode of Friends is? It's season 10, episode 18. Guess how long it is? It's 2 hours and 22 minutes long. 222. The last episode of Friends, season 10, episode 18. Yeah. Let's see. What else? Oh yeah, the director of the movie, Leave the World Behind, his birthday and Obama's birthday are separated by 10 months and 18 days. Just like Mahomes. Alright, so moving on, right? Well, how about the connection with the head coach, Andy Reid? Guys, give me 1 second. My cat got stuck in here. I gotta go let my cat out. Hold on. Oh, looks like you lost me when I was going to get the cat. How long did you lose me for? My goodness. Looks like I lost you for a second there. Only 5 seconds? Okay. Are we back? Y'all let me know. I can't believe they've messed with the stream twice today. Sorry about that, guys. Y'all let me know. Make sure we're good here. So yeah, I was just making the connection. Only a few seconds, that's good. I was making the connection between Mahomes and Obama, right? Mahomes born 44 days after Obama's birthday, Obama number 44. Like I showed you, Kansas City equals Barack Obama, Chiefs equals Barack Obama, Kansas City Chiefs equals Barack Hussein Obama. And yeah, Mahomes born 44 days after Obama's birthday, Obama number 44, and Mahomes born 10 months, 18 days before Obama's birthday, like Luke 10:18. All connected to Obama, right? So how about the coach, Andy Reid? So Andy Reid accidentally called Biden Obama during the Chiefs' White House visit. How about that? And of course, Andy Reid equals 44, and Obama number 44, right? Well, Andy Reid's birthday is 3/19, which is Lucifer is 3/19. And notice Mahomes is also 3/19, like Lucifer. And what if I told you that Andy Reid, he was born 3 years and 19 weeks before Obama? And remember, the one Super Bowl that Andy Reid and Mahomes lost, that was to the Buccaneers, the GOAT, right? And they lost 31-9, right? 3/19. So the O'Hare Airport, named after Edward Henry O'Hare, his birthday March 13th. So this happened 1 month and 12 days from his birthday. And Tug Vehicle is 112, like Super Bowl 112 and Chiefs 112. And then we had the incident in Houston, which equals 112. And then we had the incident in Philadelphia by the Roosevelt Mall, and Roosevelt was 112. And remember, Roosevelt was a perfect match to Super Bowl, right? And Super Bowl is 112, like Chiefs 112. The airport named after O'Hare with the March 13th birthday. This happened 41 days before O'Hare's birthday. There's your Kobe connection again. A driver was injured. Driver equals 41, like Kobe Bryant 41, Super Bowl 41. And remember, Kobe died at the age of 41. And then we just had the incident. Did I forget to put something here? No, it's right there. Sorry, guys, my brain is so scattered. I've gotten very little sleep over the last week. So if I'm a little, if I'm not completely on point today, that's why. Lack of sleep. That's why I didn't look up the date duration from Kobe's birthday, which again, this happened 163 days from Kobe's birthday, which is Barack Hussein Obama, 163. Can't believe I didn't have that ready to go. But anyways, with the 41s, right? So this happened 41 days from O'Hare's birthday. It was the O'Hare Airport, right? Driver injured, driver 41. We had the incident in Houston at the George Bush Airport, right? Named after the 41st president. All right, so there was another connection to the 41, like Kobe Bryant, Super Bowl, Skull and Bones, 41, George Bush, member of Skull and Bones, right? Well, the plane in Philadelphia was in the air for 41 seconds. That's, Kobe's hometown, right? Philadelphia. And just to prove how big that 41 is, see how Roosevelt is also 41, and that happened by the Roosevelt Mall in Philadelphia, and 6 people were on the plane, which equals 41. But when Kobe scored his career high, 81 points in game 666, the rest of the team scored 41. And Kobe's last game, when he scored 60 points, the rest of the team scored 41. Kobe's last shot he ever made was over a player wearing the number 41 jersey. When Kobe came off the court for the last time, there were 4.1 seconds left on the clock. And in the film The Black Mamba, Kobe starred with Kanye West. During the film, Kobe threw a basketball time bomb at Kanye West's helicopter. The last you see of the basketball time bomb, the countdown time is 4.1, and Kobe died in a helicopter. So that should tell you there's something to the 41, right? Kobe Bryant equals 41, dead at the age of 41, all those 41s, right? So remember, Skull and Bones is also 41, right? And we had that incident in Houston at the George H.W. Bush Airport, right? The 41st president, like Skull and Bones, right? So here's another big connection to Skull and Bones that happened with that plane catching on fire in Houston on February 2nd. That was 322 weeks after George H.W. Bush died. Why does that matter? Well, this happened in Houston, which equals 322. And we're connecting it to the Super Bowl, right? Chiefs is also 322 in the same cipher. And what are the odds? Because George H.W. Bush was a member of Skull and Bones. 322 is the number of Skull and Bones, right? And don't forget, Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles equals 322. We talked about that yesterday. Here. Sorry. Let me pull it up for you. Oh, actually, I already have it up. Hold on. I already have it up. Here you go. Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs, 322 also. Now, if you think that's a coincidence, right, that we would have an incident in Houston at George Bush's airport 322 weeks after he died, when Houston is 322 and Chiefs is 322, and Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs is 322. Just in case you think that's a coincidence. Look what happens when you add 666 days to the incident date. This happened at the George Bush Airport on February 2nd, 2025. If we add 666 days, or if we go into the future 666 days, we land on November 30th. Well, what's November 30th? That's the day that George Herbert Walker Bush died, November 30th. So it's just undeniable. This incident in Houston, it was also 131 days from George H.W. Bush's birthday, which is Super Bowl 131. More connections to the Super Bowl with what happened in Chicago. That was on February 1st, the day leaving 333 days left in the year. Like Philadelphia Eagles, 333. The plane was an American Eagle. And the full name of Mahomes, Patrick LeVon Mahomes II, is also 333. Now, speaking of threes, every single plane story was connected to the number 33, including this one. Tug. Tug equals 33. Plane and tug equals 33. The plane and tug collide, right? Collide, 33. There you go. A plane and a tug vehicle collide. You got tug, 33, plane and tug, 33, collide, 33, masonry, 33. This happened as the tug vehicle is making its way across the runway, and runway equals 33, like Kobe equals 33. And of course, Kobe wore the number 33 in high school. And like I said, every single story connected to the number 33. How about the one in Houston, on the runway, on the 33rd day of the year? Passengers on Houston to New York United Airlines flight evacuated after plane catches fire on runway. That was on the 33rd day of the year, runway 33. The plane was headed for New York, which equals 33. It happened on a Sunday, which equals 33. And it was at the George Bush Airport. It happened 33 weeks from George Bush's birthday. Hey, Decoding with Cody. Good to see you. Everybody make sure you subscribe to Decoding with Cody in the chat. Much love. Now remember, the first plane incident was the one with the helicopter as it was approaching runway 33. And runway equals 33, as I showed you, right? And remember, that happened in Washington, D.C., right after the Philadelphia Eagles beat them, picking up win number 666 to leave the Commanders on 666 wins all time, and that was the Commanders' first conference championship game in 33 years, and the Black Hawk helicopter went down 33 days from the anniversary of the Black Hawk Down premiere, and it was also 33 weeks before Mahomes' birthday, and Black Hawk helicopter is 330, and Collide is 33, right? And how about the one in Philadelphia? How does that connect to the number 33? Well, remember, after the little girl was going to make her stop in Missouri, home of the Chiefs, she was going to ultimately end up in Mexico, which equals 33. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Every single plane incident was connected to the number 33 in a big way. Now, we've been talking a lot about the number 55 also, right? Well, this airport named after Edward O'Hare, right? Edward O'Hare's birthday, March 13th. So this incident happened 5 weeks and 5 days before his birthday. And wing equals 55. It was a wing that struck the tug. Wing 55, like Satan. 55. And we've been talking about the 55 because when the Eagles picked up win number 666 on the anniversary of Kobe's death, right, they advanced to the Super Bowl by scoring 55 points, which is pretty rare for an NFL team, right? And then, what are the odds, just a few days later, we would have a Learjet 55 crash in to Philadelphia. And the Eagles have a song called Old 55. Thanks, Cozy, for that one. And that plane crash in Philadelphia was 5 years and 5 days after Kobe died. How about that? And the eyewitness was Vadim Osipov, 55. The little girl was headed for Tijuana, Mexico, which equals 55. That was after the stop in Missouri. And the mayor let us know they opened up a shelter in the 5500 block of Langdon Street. And Langdon Street is 55. And the incident in Houston at the George Bush Airport, that airport was 55 years old. So I thought this was interesting. I've been talking about all the 135s and the 54s connected to Kobe Bryant. You know what I missed? I missed the word collision is 135 and 54. So we had a collision with the helicopter and the plane, and now we have a collision of the aircraft wing and the tug. Here, I actually have to plug in my phone because I've gone so long, my phone's dying. Hold on one second. All right, let me just plug this in real quick. There we go. All right, guys, so check it out. We had the collision with the plane and the helicopter. Now we got a collision with the wing and the tug, right? The word is collision. Collision is 135 and 54. Like Kobe being Bryant is 135 and 54. And the governor of Illinois, which we're going to talk about more in a second, that's J.B. Pritzker, which has the 135 and the 54. And then you remember the pilot? There were two pilots of the plane that hit the helicopter. They're both connected to Kobe. Jonathan Campos had big connections to Kobe. I'm not going to get into all of it. I just want to talk about the 135 and the 54. Because the other pilot was Sam Lilly. And his name was 135 and 54. Like Kobe being Bryant, right? And then in Philadelphia, in Kobe's hometown, we had the air ambulance jet that crashed. Look at that. Air ambulance jet 135-54, like Kobe being Bryant, like fly, Eagles fly. Back to the one in Philadelphia. They called it major incident. See how they highlight major incident, which equals 135 and 81, like Kobe being Bryant, 135-81. And the one in Philly was by the Roosevelt Mall, named after Theodore Roosevelt. This happened 13 weeks and 5 days after Roosevelt's birthday for your 135. Like Kobe being Bryant, air ambulance jet, major incident, fly, Eagles fly. That was also 270 days before Roosevelt's birthday, air ambulance jet 270. Not including the end date. That was 96 days after Roosevelt's birthday. Theodore Roosevelt Jr. 96. Including the end date, it was 97 days after Roosevelt's birthday, which is plane crash 97. So this incident with the plane and the tug, this happened on February 1st, 2025, a day with 48 date numerology. 2 plus 1 plus 20 plus 25 is 48, like plane 48, tug 48. Now, here's the connection to the governor. There's a big connection with J.B. Pritzker and Barack Obama. See here? Obama backs Pritzker for governor. They're good buddies, okay? So, of course, the governor of Illinois, Obama's, where he was a senator, would have to be connected to Obama, right? So, long story short, this incident that happened in Chicago, it happened 14 days from the governor's birthday. Obama equals 14. And the birthday of J.B. Pritzker, he was born 197 days from Obama's birthday. The Antichrist equals 197. And don't forget, his full name, J. Robert Pritzker, had the 222, like the Antichrist, Barack Obama 222, and this happened 222 days from the anniversary of 9/11 at O'Hare, and O'Hare equals 222, and O'Hare and Obama, their birthdays are 222 days apart. So that's pretty interesting. Now, for something else that's very interesting, we're talking about the governor, right? J. Robert Pritzker, whose name equals 222. This happened at Chicago O'Hare International Airport. What if I told you this happened 3,132 weeks after the governor was born? 3132. Look at the gematria of the airport. Chicago O'Hare International Airport, 3132. Isn't it interesting that Obama equals 31 and 32? Like Chiefs is also 3132. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting also. The name of the airport, Chicago O'Hare International Airport, 3132. This happened 3132 weeks after the governor was born. And that's Obama's guy, right? So I think we've arrived to the key points, guys. So it took me over an hour and a half, but we got through it. So here's your key points, guys. I don't have time, obviously, to go through this again today. Rare occasion that you're not going to get a full recap. So if you came in late, I'm not ending it yet. I'm going to stick around a few more minutes, so don't go anywhere yet. But yeah, if you're coming in late, you definitely want to go back, rewatch this whole thing on fast forward, all right? So here's your key points, guys. This is all clearly connected to Obama. This happened in Chicago, Obama's old stomping grounds, where he was the senator. This happened 181 days after Obama's birthday. Barack Hussein Obama II, 181. Barack Obama, 181. This happened on the 32nd day of the year. Obama equals 32. Barack Obama equals 32. The plane was coming from Kalamazoo, which just happens to equal 32, like Barack Obama. Kansas City, 32. Chiefs, 32. Eagles, 32. This is all connected to the Super Bowl, right? And the other key points. This happened 144 days from the anniversary of 9/11, a plane incident, right? And it happened at O'Hare, which equals 144, like O'Hare Airport 144. And O'Hare is named after Edward Henry O'Hare. And the birthday of Edward Henry O'Hare is 144 days from Obama's birthday. And this happened 144 days from the anniversary of 9/11. O'Hare 144, O'Hare Airport 144, Mark of the Beast 144. Remember the address, the zip code was 60666. Airplane wing strikes tug vehicle 144, Antichrist Barack Obama 144. And of course, because you gotta love God's synchronicity, I promise you I didn't plan this out. Look what time it is as I'm talking about the number 222 on the key point slide. I'm at the end of the decode. I'm just reviewing the key points. Look what time it is. It's 2:22 right now in Florida. Look at that. I didn't plan that out. Look down there. 222. God speaks through numbers. So, of course, O'Hare and Obama, if you go the other way, of course, their birthdays are 222 days apart. And this happened 222 days from the anniversary of 9/11. And O'Hare equals 222, like Beast. 222, the Beast of Revelation 222. The Antichrist, Barack Obama 222, the guy who tested positive for COVID, 222 days from his birthday. Wuhan coronavirus 222, declared a pandemic 222 months from 9/11. Antichrist system 222, and the name of the governor, J. Robert Pritzker 222. And perhaps the most clear and convincing part of the whole decode doesn't even involve gematria, just a zip code. Look where this happened. This happened at Chicago O'Hare International Airport. Look at the zip code, 60666. As we got the Eagles on 666 wins, right? The plane was another Eagle. But yeah, can you believe that? And again, look, the employee that was injured was 64 years old. Barack Hussein Obama equals 64. The Antichrist, 64. Kansas City Chiefs, 64. There were 64 on the plane that collided with the helicopter, right? By the way, I didn't mention this. There were 64 here, I'll pull it up for you. There were 64 on the plane and 3 on the helicopter. And remember, that happened 3 days from Kobe's death anniversary. But anyways, you got 64 on the plane and you got 3 on the helicopter. That makes 67, right? What do you think Kobe equals? Kobe, 67. And a clear ritual connected to Kobe. So just want to throw that out there too. 64 on the plane, 3 on that helicopter. That makes 67. But yep, let's see. Here, a few more fun facts before we step away. Again, some other key points. Just a reminder that the plane crash in Philadelphia, that was 223 days from the anniversary of 9/11. Philadelphia 223. No, God absolutely does speak through numbers. Yeah, God can use anything He wants to communicate with people. He's God. He's the creator of the whole universe. So don't try to put God in a box. God absolutely does speak through numbers. It's part of the whole reason I started my channel. If you're new here, God was showing me the number 222 everywhere in 2019 before COVID even started. No one heard of coronavirus. But God was showing me the number 222 everywhere. And I started warning people that, hey, something's coming. God's communicating with me. He's showing me this number 222 everywhere. Something big's coming. It's a true story. And you don't have to believe it. But the big number I see is 222. God speaks through numbers. Satan is a copycat. Satan also uses numbers. But yeah, there's a book called Numbers. Revelation 13:18 says to calculate the number of the beast. The whole Bible is full of numbers. Every verse, every chapter is numbered. 3 days and 3 nights and 40 days and 40 nights. And, He created the earth over an amount of days. And it's all numbers, all right? So anyways, the Philadelphia plane crash was 223 days. 223 days before the anniversary of 9/11. Like Philadelphia 223, the Synagogue of Satan 223, and Skull and Crossbones 223, plane 223. Just don't forget that one. And then the other thing we discovered on the fly. I'm so tired, guys. I'm sorry if I'm a little not on my top game today. I think it was still a pretty good decode, but I am just mentally exhausted. So, I was hoping to get a little break yesterday, but nope, just spent 12 hours decoding. What am I even trying to say? I can't even think. This incident that happened, it happened on February 1st, right? Kobe's birthday is August 23rd, so it happened 163 days from Kobe's birthday, which is Barack Hussein Obama, 163. Let me make sure there's nothing else up at the top. Oh, you know what? There was a few more things I want to talk about. Hold on. Here, I think I got it in the comments here. Just a few other things that are interesting. The connections with Trump and the plane crashes, and then there's more to Obama. But since we're here, let me go through it. The first plane crash. Now, let me say this before I forget. Quite a few of these crashes have been connected to 9/11, right? Like the one in Houston, that was 222 days from 9/11. Like United Airlines flight was 222. New York, 222. February 2nd, 222. That was connected to 9/11, right? Well, that was also 9 months and 11 days from the governor of Texas's birthday. That incident happened, right? And then we had the Philadelphia one that was 223 days from 9/11, which is Philadelphia 223. And then we just had the one in Chicago at O'Hare 222, and that was 222 days from 9/11. And O'Hare and Obama, they're separated by 222 days, right? So we clearly have all these connections to 9/11, right? Well, don't forget, Trump just became the president, right? He was number 45 and he was number 47. So 4 plus 5 is 9. 4 plus 7 is 11. There's your 9/11, right? Well, the first plane crash happened 9 days after the inauguration, and the second plane crash happened 11 days after the inauguration. So we had a plane crash 9 days later and 11 days later, like 9/11. And then remember, on Inauguration Day, you had Trump with the sword and the plane on the cake, right? And sword 29, the snake 29, Potomac 29, all that stuff. So anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there also. Now, a few more things connected to Trump here. The first plane crash with the American Eagle, that was 173 days after Trump's plane suffered mechanical issues before landing. And that's interesting because plane crash equals 173. And the Eagles, remember the plane that crashed was an Eagle. The Eagles are 17-3 going into the Super Bowl. So we had the 173. Don't forget, Donald Trump equals 60. Figure skaters equals 60. There were 60 passengers and 4 crew on the plane. The helicopter was a H-60. The word collide equals 60. And there's more to it, but also plane and helicopter 159, figure skaters 159, helicopter 159, Donald Trump 159. The plane and helicopter collision was 159 days from Kobe's birthday. And then that plane was coming from Wichita, Kansas, which is 138-48, like Donald Trump 138-48. And that happened in Washington, D.C., 137 days before Trump's birthday when Washington, D.C. 137. That's the 33rd prime number, like runway 33. And it also happened 229 days after Trump's birthday, which is Reagan National Airport 229, like Barack Obama is also 229. And Reagan National Airport is also 103, like Obama 103. Like when Donald Trump announced he was running for re-election, and he announced it exactly 666 days after his last full day in office, but the same day he announced re-election was 103 days from Obama's birthday and 103 weeks before the election. And then remember the big 103 when Eminem was with Obama in Michigan, exactly 103 days after Eminem released the song Antichrist, and the first part of the song says the devil came to Michigan. So you had Eminem and Obama together in Michigan 103 days after the song Antichrist was released. Guess what Eminem equals? Eminem equals 103. So that's pretty crazy, right? And then that first plane crash was also 187 days before Obama's birthday. Washington, D.C. is also 187. So just wanted to throw that out there. I think I got it all in there. Can you believe this, guys? Let me hit the key points one more time. This incident in Chicago, where Obama was senator, it happened 181 days after Obama's birthday. Barack Obama 181, Barack Hussein Obama II 181. Happened on the 32nd day of the year. Obama 32, Barack Obama 32. The plane was coming from Kalamazoo 32, like Kansas City 32, Chiefs 32, Eagles 32. And it happened 144 days from the anniversary of 9/11. And the airport is named after O'Hare. O'Hare's birthday is 144 days from Obama's birthday. O'Hare 144, O'Hare Airport 144, Mark of the Beast 144. The zip code of the airport is 60666. Airplane wing strikes tug vehicle 144, Antichrist Barack Obama 144. And if you go the other direction, then you could say the birthday of O'Hare and Obama, they're 222 days apart. O'Hare equals 222 like Beast, and this happened 222 days from the anniversary of 9/11. the Antichrist, Barack Obama 222, who tested positive for COVID 222 days from his birthday in the year 2022, and COVID was declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11, and they called it Wuhan coronavirus 222. The first U.S. case was 222 days from Trump's birthday, and the governor of Illinois, J. Robert Pritzker 222, that's Obama's guy, and there's your zip code 60666, and of course it was a 64-year-old who was injured, just like we had 64 people on that plane in D.C. That's because Barack Hussein Obama equals 64, the Antichrist equals 64, and Kansas City Chiefs equals 64. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the decode. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I know I probably did. It's really hard to catch every single little detail. But anyways, guys, that is it for this one. After 2 hours. Wow. Dang. If anybody would like to support the channel, here's how you can do so. Any support, very much appreciated. This is my full-time job. I am not monetized by YouTube, which means I don't make 1 penny for doing this from YouTube. And thank you guys for keeping me going, doing this full-time the last 5 years. I've made over 10,000 videos. I've had 14 channels deleted. And you can see why, because this stuff is completely undeniable. So thank you everyone who does support, very much appreciated. And I'll also, when I get done with the video, there will be links in the description and the comments if you want to help out. But yeah. Oh, by the way, if you came in late, I was given the background when we started the connections between Obama and Chicago. One of the things I mentioned early on, Obama won the election November 4th, 2008, right? And he's the senator from Illinois. Well, look at the Pick 3 lottery the very next day in Illinois. After Obama won the election, November 4th, 2008, the very next day, November 5th, 2008, the Pick 3 was 666. How about that? 666. And the airport, zip code 60666, where this happened. And I pointed out that Chicago, not only does Chicago have the 60666, but Chicago also has the 60606. And like I showed earlier, Chicago equals Satan. So, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, because I don't know if I've ever spent more time on one decode, which I had to because I'm connecting 4 different plane stories. That requires a lot of work. So, all right, let me turn this around. Here, let me unplug my phone first. All right, guys, how you doing? Good to see you. Let me check in with the chat. Hey, Krista. Hey, Todd. Hey, Craig. My 2 cents on how Obama comes back on the scene. Well, he won't be president again. I believe America is going to end up like the Hunger Games. And basically, the phoenix is going to rise from the ashes. I believe that's Obama. By the way, the Phoenix equals 474, Akhenaten 474, Beast Obama 474, Barack Obama equals 474, and Brittany Griner, who plays for the Phoenix Mercury, missed 474 days of basketball. And, oh, by the way, Akhenaten equals 474. And Akhenaten, the 10th ruler of the 18th dynasty, Brittany Griner's birthday, 10/18. Like Luke 10:18, found guilty and sentenced on Obama's birthday. But yeah, she plays for, or not she, Griner is, you know, not a, who knows, not a female, probably. Yeah, definitely not. But yeah, Griner missed 474 days of basketball. Griner plays for the Phoenix Mercury, Mercury 103, like Obama 103. And the Phoenix is 474. Griner missed 474 days of basketball. Akhenaten 474, Beast Obama 474, Barack Obama 474. I think there's more to that, but I can't remember. But yeah, Obama is going to be the phoenix that rises from the ashes, order out of chaos. We got the Trump assassination coming soon. We're going to have a rapture coming up soon with a fake cover-up story. They're going to say it was an alien abduction. So that's when I believe Obama is going to rise to power. After the thing with Trump, after the rapture. And yeah, I think he's going to be the guy to save the day, right? And he won't be president of the United States. He's going to be world leader, likely through the UN. So that's what I think is going to happen. Remember, he's the guy that put out "Leave the World Behind," right? Which equals Great Tribulation. But yeah, Donald Trump, he's just a puppet on strings for Obama. Just look at the Jimmy Carter funeral. Look how friendly Trump was being with Obama. And I told you guys for the last 5 years they're friends. It's pretty obvious they're all working together, right? Trump calls himself the father of the vaccine. MAGA, the highest degree of the Church of Satan, didn't even put his hand on the Bible. Announced re-election 666 days after his last full day in office. While he was president, COVID declared a pandemic. 666 days after the pandemic simulation. Trump made the calm before the storm statement 888 days before COVID declared a pandemic. Donald J. Trump, 888. The Art of the Deal, 888. Beast System, 888. The Synagogue of Satan, 888. And everything Trump does, it's all staged. Butler was all staged. The 195th day of the year, Trump shooting 195, Trump head wound 195, 48 weeks before his birthday. Donald Trump equals 48, Trump shot equals 48, Trump rally 48. 29 days after his birthday, Grays 29, Trump 29, gunman 29. They were using symbolism out of Revelation 13:3, the verse about the deadly head wound. So the whole verse, Revelation 13:3, if you copy and paste that, it equals 1086. And that's exactly how old the would-be assassin was. He was 1086 weeks old. Crooks, right? And that 1086 is actually a big number connected to Obama, as I'm going to show you here. But yeah, the whole verse about the deadly head wound, it equals 1086, and Crooks, the would-be assassin, was exactly 1086 weeks old. Here, I'll just show you right now. Now remember, they tried to blame that whole thing on the Secret Service Director, Kimberly Cheadle. Remember, that incident in Butler was 666 days from when Kimberly Cheadle assumed office. And not even just Butler and all that, but all the indictments, I've decoded all of them over the years. Every single thing about Trump is coded by the numbers. Guys, you don't become president unless you're part of the club, okay? It's just, your vote doesn't count, it's all rigged. So here. Here's Revelation 13:3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. In simple English, where A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, that verse equals 1086, right? Here's your would-be assassin. Look, his birthday, 9/20/03. Look, Crooks was exactly 1086 weeks and 0 days old. How about that? And you see his birthday, 9/20/03. Here, let me turn this around. Hold on. The birthday of Crooks, 9/20/03. 9/20/03 is the 8,888th prime number. Like Trump equals 88. Like Trump was shot. Here, now I'm going to have to pull out the phone stand. Hold on. Looks like we're going over 2 hours today, folks. Real quick. So the birthday of Crooks, 9/20/03, right? That was the 8,888th prime number, and Trump equals 88. And remember the Snoop Dogg video, Lavender, where Snoop Dogg's pointing the gun at Trump? Trump was shot in Butler allegedly 88 months after the Snoop Dogg video. Then you have Donnie J. Darko, where Frank the Rabbit is shot. Frank equals Donald in 3 ciphers. Rabbit equals Trump in 2 ciphers. You have I Pet Goat 2, where the rabbit has the upper right ear with a bullet hole. And again, Trump got grazed in the upper right ear. Rabbit equals Trump. There it is right there. And Donnie J. Darko sent in the year 88, right? And the full name of Jake Gyllenhaal equals 88. He plays Donnie J. Darko. And the numbers on Donnie's arm add up to 88. And that movie takes place in Middlesex, which equals 888, like Mar-a-Lago 888, like Donald J. Trump, who made the calm before the storm statement 888 days before COVID declared a pandemic. And then you have Back to the Future, where Biff represents Trump, and they got to reach 88 miles per hour. And then you had the raid on Mar-a-Lago, August 8th, 88. And Trump's number to text is 88022, and even Head Wound has the 888. So anyways, I brought this up to talk about the number 1086, right? Because I told you they're doing head wound symbolism from Revelation 13:3. That verse equals 1086. That's exactly how old Crooks was. 1086, right? But I'm telling you guys that 1086 is actually connected to Obama. Okay? Look at this decode I did back in 2022. This was years before Trump's incident in Butler, right? And look at the number I'm talking about. Oh, look at that, 1086. What did I show back in 2022? I showed that Obama's full name, Barack Hussein Obama II, equals 1086. The B system equals 1086. Large Hadron Collider equals 1086. And I did this decode because CERN went full power with the Large Hadron Collider on July 5th, 2022. That was exactly 1,086 weeks and 0 days after 9/11. Hello. So yeah, that 1,086 is actually a big number, and it's really connected to Obama. Barack Hussein Obama II. The full name of the Antichrist equals 1,086. So, anyways, some fun facts for you. I don't even know how we got on that topic, but here, let me turn this back around. Hold on. Has everybody in the chat hit the share button? Have you? Come on, be honest. I know half of you haven't. Probably actually like 75 to 80% probably did not hit the share button. It's okay. I still love you. But come on, guys, help me out here. Like, they've deleted 14 of my channels. If we could share this stuff out, don't be ashamed, don't be afraid. Of course people are going to make fun of you, but hey, it's the end times. What do you expect? But yeah, if you guys have a Facebook or a Twitter or a YouTube or whatever you got, maybe you still got MySpace. Good old MySpace with Tom, right? Share this out, please. And if you have nowhere to share it, you know, some people don't do social media. You can send it to grandma. You could send it to a friend if you have any left. I don't. Except you guys. You guys are my real friends here in the computer. Yeah, I don't have any real friends in real life. Just my wife and the kids and Jesus. And that's about it. I've lost all friends over the last 5 years. I don't have any at all. That's sad to say, but it's true. I don't have one real friend in real life. And I know most of you guys don't either. But hey, I couldn't be happier. I used to have a lot of friends. Trust me, you guys have seen the pictures from my wedding, right? I had 50 people travel from Florida to New Orleans to go to my wedding. So I used to have a lot of friends. People used to like me when I was part of the world. But now that I'm awake and know what's going on, they don't want to hear this stuff because they don't want to unplug from the Matrix, right? Like the movie. Hey, Cozy, good to see you. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Leslie. Does anybody have anything to add that I missed? I'm sure I did, but again, it's hard when you're connecting 4 plane stories within a matter of days to try to get every single little detail, but To be honest, I'm a little bit too hard on myself sometimes, and no, not sometimes, really all the time. And I think that's part of why God chose me to do this type of work, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I'm a bit of like a OCD kind of person. But that could be good in some ways, especially when you're doing decodes, right? Because by being like a OCD perfectionist, I get to the very bottom. Like I get down to the last detail. And I think that's why God picked me, because he knows I'm like this. Also, I have great perseverance. I haven't given up after 5 years of doing this, after being deleted 14 times. That's another reason why he picked me. Also, I have a pretty good memory, thanks to God. So I think that's another reason why he picked me to do this. But yeah, everything that led up to here, it was all for a reason. You know, me being in the world, having idolatry for the NFL and politics, and going to tailgates and being a season ticket holder and living for the world, and now I've had such a dramatic transformation. I think it was all to set an example for people, to say, hey, you need to come out of the world, and once you come out of it, like I didn't know any of this stuff about numbers, or I had no clue. I had no clue the NFL was rigged or sports was rigged. I'd never heard of fluoride. I had no clue about anything until, I decided to get serious about God. And when I decided to get serious about God and actually repent, he got serious with me. And as soon as we got serious, he started showing me numbers. And remember, I never even heard of gematria until I started researching, why am I seeing the number 222? And I started researching Christians seeing the number 222. And it was through that process that I learned about a thing called gematria. And what are the odds that God would show me? My awakening was in August of 2019, right? What are the odds that God would start showing me the number 222 everywhere in late 2019, just months before COVID, and the number 222? And by the way, okay, when I was 10 years old, I had a dream. In the dream, Jesus baptized me in a river, and when he brought me up out of the water, he said, prepare them. So I've never forgot that dream. All right, and God has had his hand on my life every step of the way. If you didn't know this, I was raised in the system through DCF. When I turned 7, my aunt got custody of me from the time I was 7 to 10. Then from 10 to 12, I lived with my grandpa. From 12 to 13, I was in foster care. Went to 4 different foster homes. And then from 13 to 18, I lived with my grandma. And in between that time, I got to go to a Christian summer camp called Life for Youth Ranch in Vero Beach, Florida. Changed my life. Went to church every Sunday with my grandma when I lived with her. That was a big part of my life. And, it was all leading up to this point. And on top of all that, my last name is Acquaviva. That's my real last name. I didn't make that up for any reason. My name is Joseph Stephen Acquaviva. My whole name is biblical. Joseph, right? Obviously pretty biblical, right? Stephen, the first martyr to die for Jesus. They stoned him, right? And then Acquaviva, you know what that means? It means water of life, or living water. So you put all that together, the dream as a 10-year-old, the gift I have for decoding, God showing me the numbers, God having me warn everybody right before COVID started. There is no way that God is not working through me, using me to help wake people up in these last days. It's mathematically impossible. I've literally proven that God is using me, because how else could I do this stuff every single day for 5 years straight? Over 10,000 videos like this. I wouldn't be able to do this without God's help. Guys, do you understand what I just showed you today? The whole reason I started my channel, the number 222, the last 4 plane incidents were all connected to that number 222 in a big way. We just had Trump win the election 222 days before his birthday. We just had the Stargate project announced 222 days from Trump's birthday. Like, this stuff is crazy, and I am so thankful to God that I am able to do this and to have eyes to see, and there's nothing I would rather be doing than this, that's for sure. So, let me wrap this up. What language is Acquaviva? It's Italian. Yeah, it's ACQ. Yeah, with the C in there, that's Italian. If you go AQ, that's Spanish. But yep, it's an Italian last name. Acquaviva, water of life. Let me check in with the chat. Does anybody have any questions, anything to add? Let me know. Hey Kim, hey Todd, hey Visionary Vet. Make sure you subscribe to Visionary Vet. No, Sandra. And I like your name. That was my grandma's name who raised me, Sandra. But no, I have not connected it to the 1961 plane crash. And to be honest, I probably won't because I just, there's only so far you can go. I'm praying and hoping that they take a break from the plane stuff. And I hope it's not like all the train collisions a couple years ago. You remember? We had a train derailment like every single day. And I did like 50 decodes on train derailments. I guess now it's plane season. So, yeah, hopefully they give me a break, man. It's already 3 o'clock. I really hope there's no more news today because I need it. I am just mentally exhausted, man. All right, I got my eyes on the chat. Anybody have anything else? Let me see. Did I get it all in there today? I'm glad. I can't believe I didn't. I mean, I can believe it because I'm mentally exhausted. But yeah, when I started this decode, I never looked up the date duration from Kobe's birthday to the incident in Chicago, and I'm glad I did because it happened 163 days from Kobe's birthday. Barack Hussein Obama 163. Glad we got that in there. Hopefully, I'm not missing anything else on it, but. There's always tomorrow, and that is, it's a blessing, and I don't want to say a curse, but it goes both ways. The OCD perfectionist thing. It's like it's really good for finding the decodes, but it also, sometimes I beat myself up a little too much if I miss something, and it's like, oh man, if I would have just put that in there. If I just wouldn't have missed that one thing, even though I did 80 slides today, right? I could miss one thing, and then I'll beat myself up for it all night. I'll be like, man, you might as well throw that video in the garbage because I missed the one detail. It's like, oh, if I had that one more detail, then the video would have went viral and got 1 million views. No, that'll never happen. Oh, if I would have just put that one more detail, I would have picked up 1,000 subscribers today. No, that doesn't happen either. So. I got to learn to not be so hard on myself. I am human, but, I do want to put out the very best work possible because, hey, I'm working for the king, right? So, anyways, I think I'll wrap it up. We've been on over 2 hours. I know people like the shorter videos. See why we didn't have time to do a whole recap today? Wow. But, yeah, we got the key points here. Let me give it to you one more time. The key points. One more time. This incident in Chicago, Obama's old stomping grounds. This plane incident happened 181 days after Obama's birthday. Barack Obama 181. Hold on, Cody's got something. Oh, really, Cody? Which one is that? Hold on. Might have to do something else here. I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, right. Okay, if that's correct, that's wild. Because obviously we're connecting all these plane crashes to the Super Bowl, right? That might be the craziest one yet, if that's accurate. Hold on. Well, if people left early, they're going to have to come back if this is accurate. Let's see. Bro. What? What the heck, dude? I'm just in shock, man. So thank you, Cody, for letting us know. You're telling me the Super Bowl, which we've been connecting all these plane crashes to the Super Bowl. You're telling me the Super Bowl is going to be 66 years and 6 days after the plane crash, known as the day the music died, that killed Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper? So, you know, the two most famous plane crash days of all time, obviously 9/11 and the day the music died. So, wow, that's pretty amazing. The plane crash, the day the music died, was February 3rd, 1959. The Super Bowl is going to be 66 years and 6 days after that incident. And we've been connecting all these plane crashes to the Super Bowl. Wow. So I'll definitely make a community post with that slide, but let me show you now. Now, not saying anything's going to happen in New Orleans, but, you know, in I Pet Goat 2, it shows that woman crying with the child. Her head looks like the Super Bowl trophy, and, you know, the year got started out with the attack in New Orleans on Bourbon Street, and, you know, New Orleans is kind of known for music, right? In particular, like street musicians. So, yeah, not saying anything's going to happen at the Super Bowl, but maybe something around that time, because that's an amazing find right there. All right, one of the most famous plane crashes in world history. On February 3rd, 1959, American rock and roll musicians Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper, J.P. Richardson, were all killed in a plane crash near Clear Lake, Iowa. Together with pilot Roger Peterson, the event became known as the day the music died. And after singer-songwriter Don McLean referred to it as such in his 1971 song American Pie, you know. Bye-bye American Pie. So that plane crash was February 3rd, 1959. The Super Bowl is going to be 66 years and 6 days after that plane crash. And here we are connecting all these plane crashes to the Super Bowl. Whoa. Wow. So Cody says there was another crash that day. What was that one? What was the other crash, Cody? Is there like a name for the other plane crash? Because I'm pretty sure if I just type in plane crash February 3rd, 1959, it's going to come back to this. Cody's looking for it. All right. But yeah, either way, that's already good enough. That's all we need right there. Because I don't think the other plane crash is going to be as important to the story, but definitely interesting that there was another plane crash that day. But wow, that's a fantastic catch. So yeah, hey, if there was ever a reason to share this video, how about that one? The Super Bowl will be 66 years and 6 days after the plane crash, the day the music died. Wow. Good stuff there, man. Oh, okay, another good catch, Cody. It was in 59, and it's Super Bowl 59, right? Eagles versus Chiefs equals 59. Well, let me look that up. Oh, wow. So the other one was actually a big deal, too. It killed 65 people. Wow, okay. I found it. American Airlines Flight 320. A flight between Chicago and New York. Huh. Weren't we just talking about Chicago and airplanes? Cody, have you shared this anywhere yet? Or you just been holding on to this, or what, man? This is some good stuff. So there was another plane crash that same day. American Airlines Flight 320 says it killed, look at the last two stories I did, guys. The one plane was headed to LaGuardia. That was the one in Houston. And this other story is out of Chicago, right? And this involved LaGuardia in Chicago. That's interesting. All right, man. Yeah, guys, if you're coming in late today, you have to rewatch this whole stream. This whole 2-hour stream has been just straight fire. So yeah, 2 major plane crashes. This big plane crash that killed 65, I guess. And the day the music died. Wow. I'm sure there's so much more we could unpack here, but for the sake of time. But yeah, 2 major plane crashes on February 3rd, 1959. And the Super Bowl will be 66 years and 6 days after those plane crashes. And the Eagles, right? The Eagles are in the Super Bowl with 666 wins. They picked up win 666 on the anniversary of Kobe's death, who died in a helicopter, which equals 666, who scored his career high 81 points in game 666, who's got the 666 workout. And the Eagles picked up win 666 over the Washington team, leaving them at 666 wins also. And then we had a helicopter and a plane collide in Washington. And right before the game was played, the Philadelphia Eagles tweeted out a picture of a helicopter right before they beat Washington, and then Washington gets a plane and a helicopter collision. I mean, this stuff, it really is hard to wrap your head around it. I mean, wow. I'm just a little bit speechless, I guess. I need to go take a nap. I never take a nap, for the record. My body won't let me nap because there's always something to look into. I can't even sleep in when I want. God just says, nope, get up, get to work. But wow. Well, share that with your friends and family. And again, I will make a slide out of this and put it on the community post for everyone to see. So the day the music died, February 3rd, 1959. Major plane crash, killing 65 on the same day, February 3rd, 1959. And the Super Bowl going to be 66 years and 6 days from that. Wow. And then I was about to start the key points one more time. This incident in Chicago, 181 days after Obama's birthday, like Barack Obama, Barack Hussein Obama II. 32nd day of the year, like Obama 32, Barack Obama 32. The plane was coming from Kalamazoo 32, like Kansas City, like Chiefs, like Eagles. They're all 32. And it happened 144 days from the anniversary of 9/11. The Airport is O'Hare Airport, named after Edward O'Hare, who has his birthday 144 days from Obama's birthday. O'Hare 144, O'Hare Airport 144, Mark of the Beast 144. The zip code was 60666. Airplane wing strikes tug vehicle 144. Antichrist Barack Obama 144. This happened going the other way 222 days before the anniversary of 9/11. O'Hare 222. And I mean, try to wrap your head around that. Look, going one way, it's 144 like O'Hare and O'Hare Airport. 144 from 9/11 and their birthdays 144 apart. Going the other way, it's 222 from 9/11. Their birthdays are 222 apart, and O'Hare is also 222. You know how mathematically impossible that is for that to line up so perfectly? On the 32nd day of the year when Obama's 32 and Barack Obama's 32, 181 from Obama's birthday, when that's the gematria of his name. And on top of all that, right, obviously the Antichrist Barack Obama, 222, you're telling me the zip code of the airport is 60666, as we're talking about all the 666 connections? And the employee was 64 years old. Barack Hussein Obama, 64. The Antichrist, 64. Kansas City Chiefs, 64. And you had 64 on that plane in Washington. So, anyways, guys, this stuff is just unbelievable. And thank you again, Cody, for the new edition. The day the music died, February 3rd, 1959. Same day, February 3rd, 1959, we have a plane going between Chicago and New York. We just connected the incident in Chicago to 9/11 in New York. Wow. And, oh, my phone's dying again. Hold on. 1 second. But anyways, guys, yeah, the Super Bowl, which we've been connecting all these plane crashes to, the Super Bowl going to be 66 years and 6 days after, like, you know, the biggest plane disaster day ever next to 9/11. I guess that would have to be, right? Can anyone name a bigger plane disaster day? Obviously 9/11 number one. This has got to be number two, right? The day the music died and then 65 people on another plane. That's pretty wild. So yeah, the Super Bowl will be 66 years, 6 days after that. Share that with everyone you can. Okay, guys, let me turn this around one more time and wrap this thing up. It's been a long one today. All right, guys. Yeah, Philadelphia has connections to the 65, right? Let's see. They said 65 were killed. And that happened in 59, at Super Bowl 59. Yeah, Philadelphia equals 65. 65 killed, yeah. So that is huge, yep. Totally, Cody. For sure. Let me look up something else. All right, that's a great catch. We're talking about Chicago and 666. Somebody in the chat, I might have to plug my phone back in. Somebody in the chat just said the Chicago Bears finished the season with 666 losses. And that's Obama's team, the Chicago Bears. Look, the Chicago Bears have 666 losses all time, including the playoffs. Look at that. So you have the Eagles on 666 wins, you have the Commanders on 666 wins, and the Bears on 666 losses. And we've had an incident in Washington and Philadelphia and Chicago. Wow. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Man, This is crazy. What a show today, huh? Wow. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up for today. Yeah, Visionary Vet. Yeah, I talked about that. That was Obama's district. Chicago, 13th district. Yeah, I talked about that earlier. The two zip codes for Chicago are 60606 and 60666. Here, just in case we go a little longer, let me plug this in before my phone dies here. Sorry about that big finger there. All right, man. You guys are waiting to the end to drop all the gems. Anybody have anything else? That's some good stuff, man. So yeah, the Chicago Bears ended with 666 losses, right? Yeah. They have 815 wins, 666 losses all time. Oh, Cody might have more. Thank you, Shrove. I appreciate you too. And everybody else in the chat. Appreciate you guys being here. I'll wait to see what Cody found before wrapping it up. Yeah, that's a good one too, Cody. Yep. Good one. I see what you're saying, yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, I still like the 66 years, 6 days. I think that's the winner. That's definitely the big connection there. They both happened in 59. This is Super Bowl 59. 2 major plane crashes. And we're connecting all these plane crashes to the Super Bowl, where the Eagles have 666 wins. And you're telling me the Super Bowl is going to be 66 years, 6 days after those plane crashes? Wow. All right, guys, I got to hop off. I'm exhausted. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the show today. And again, I'll make a community post with this new stuff that we found here at the end. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Please share this everywhere you can. I think there was some pretty big, important information in this video. And especially, I mean, just the 222 stuff and the 666. The zip code, 60666. This happened 222 days from 9/11 at O'Hare, which equals 222. It's named after O'Hare, whose birthday is 222 days from Obama's birthday. This happened in Chicago, where Obama was the senator. The Antichrist, Barack Obama, 222. Every single one of the 4 plane incidents all connected to the number 222 in a big way. So, crazy stuff, man. All credit to God. All right, guys. Thank you, Visionary Vet, Shrove, Real Assistant, Dirk, Fading the Public, Decoding with Cody, Lorna, Todd, everybody in the chat, Samantha. Much love to everyone. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please do me a favor. On the way out, please hit the like and the share. Very much appreciated. Please share this everywhere you can. I would really appreciate it, guys. And have a great rest of your day. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being part of the channel. And wow, what a crazy time to be alive, huh? All right, guys, as always, keep looking up. We are living in the biblical end of days. Jesus is coming very soon. I can't wait. and I will see you guys on the next video. God bless.